What's up? Kumusta kayong lahat? Pinapanood ko lang yung stream natin sa Kumu because this season of Recall will be live on all three channels that Kovenry has access to. That's Facebook, shout out sa inyong lahat dyan, and YouTube, which we started just about a month ago, and now Kumu as well. So, kumusta sa ating mga tropa dyan sa Kumu? At your service, ako nga pala si Leo, ang inyong host for this season of Recall. We're covering the biggest season of MPL Philippines yet, Season 10. Pasok na natin ang ating mga nagaganda at nagagwapuhang guests. We have here the champ himself, OSX, and the very lovely and beautiful BurgerKim. How you guys doing?
Magandang ating hapon. Kahit na medyo umulan, mainit pa rin dahil nandito tayong lahat sa Recall kung babalikan natin ng mga mainit na pangyayari last weekend.
I love it.
Kim,
Si
how are you?
OSX, he's already hyping it like he's on desk. But yeah, I'm good, guys. Thank you for having me on Recall, and I'm loving the new look of this thing. It's like purple, my favorite color. So
Yeah.
Ganda, no?
ganda.
Pinagtrabahuan yan. Kinareer yan ni Miss Naisa of Kovenry. She does a lot of work in the back end as well, the whole team. So, ayun, nagbabalik ang longest running talk show that covers the MPL. That's Recall. I think we've been doing this for the better part of a year and a half now. We started in season 7. Now on season 10, we don't look to stop. Okay? So, real quick, shout outs to those watching right now sa ating YouTube. Again, this is where we started. Errol is there. JMTZ, one of our writers at MPL. What's up? Si CDSG nandyan. Diba? Natapos na yung probinsyano, nandito pa rin CDSG. Alright? Ray Ash as well. Lyric from YouTube, Lyric Tutorials. Sabi ko sa kanya. And as well, Ivana. Okay? Shoutout sa inyo. What's up? May gusto ba kayo shoutout before we begin, before we continue? OSX, BurgerKim, meron ba kayo gustong batiin na nanonood niyan?
Oh guys,
Si OSX maraming...
madami sana i-shoutout pero yung mga nanonood ngayon sa Kovenry guys, this is one important thing. Pero na-mention mo yung Lyric Tutorials, I watch his episodes on YouTube. Very informational. So guys, madami pala tayo ngayon ng mga supporters in Kovenry who also is joining with the action sa league. So guys, shoutout sa yung lahat nandito ngayon sa comment section.
Sim. Kim, anyone special watching?
No, there's no one special watching. But if ever they do drop by later, so shout out na lang in advance, okay?
Ayaw.
Kakaiba yan. In
Okay.
advance. Shout out in advance
Okay.
from BurgerKim. So, i-scroll back nyo na lang yung live for my shout out. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Clip nyo.
Thank you to everyone watching, by the way, sa live stream. I'm continuously like checking the comments. And of course, everyone behind this episode, everyone in Kovenry, thank you so much for being here. It's an honor every time.
It's not a no, it's a not yet. Sige, mamaya-maya guys, marami tayong kasama dito sa tropa natin because again, we have a packed show. We all want you to join in on the conversation and share the stream into your favorite MLBB groups and on your walls. Okay, so click the share button and join in. Here's a quick run through of what we're going to be doing in tonight's Recall. Marami tayong topics, marami tayong nakalaan sa gabing ito, and we're going to be talking about, of course, the weekend that was, the recap, the Royal Comeback, the new Next Play EVOS. We have a new segment called Power Picks. We'll, of course, do some classics, some favorites, Power Rankings, and Guest Coin. Simulan na natin. Balikan natin yung week 1. And this opening weekend of MPL, I have to say, was difficult for many different reasons. Number one, of course, it's opening weekend. So, ang napakataas, napakalaki ng ating expectations. And of course, ito yung pinaka-favorite kong rason kung bakit mahirap. Kasi ang daming nagsasabay-sabay, ang daming Pinoy across the world na MPL. You have MPL-KH, MY, ID, pero dito tayo sa MPL-PH. We opened up with RSG versus Omega, wherein Omega swept the champions. Paano nangyari yun? What?
Yeah, well, to go back, it was kind of like, we can call it the first week's upset coming in from fresh from Southeast Asian RSG. Pero no wonder na dito binubuhay ng Omega yung kanilang uhaw and taking it step by step from week 1. We rarely, ako personally, on season 9, hindi sila ganito kaaga to strike on the points. So medyo mas double time sila for Omega.
Oh, I do have to agree with OSX here na nag-activate na yung Omega, everyone. Wala pang playoffs because I think that's what everyone's saying, right? Omega pang playoffs, Lason and all of that. But really, I think this particular first game, it caught me by surprise because I also was, of course, gunning for the current defending champions ng MPL,
Yes,
so RSGPH.
yes.
And I think yung sinabi ni OSX, it's on point. I think it also gave OMG some time to learn from their mistakes in MSC, and perhaps find an opening, find something that can actually take down RSGPH. So it was a surprise. It was an upset actually. So I was so happy na, well, I mean, I'm an Omega fan, I'm an RSG fan, pero this particular game, the opening series, parang what a way to actually open the season 10 of MPL.
Yeah, this series kind of made baliktad my power rankings, so to say, right? I gave RSG my
Yeah.
number 1 slot. Kasi nga sila yung status quo eh.
Konyo.
Diba? Sila yung status
Yeah.
quo eh. Huwag ka na magulat,
Exactly.
OSX. Alam mo, you know it was coming. You know it was coming.
Everything was made baliktad. And guys, one thing kasi, to be fair naman sa RSG, no? So, we can say na baka we can, well, to see week 1 pa lang naman, could be their establishing frame on how the teams looked up to them from MSC to Season 9. So, it's either, if that was test the waters, medyo alanganin, pero for you to learn, that's what they do. So, they easily adapt. So, maybe who knows, week 2, may konting pagbabago. It's RSG still, so we have more weeks to come.
Yeah. If anything, baka nga RSG yung magbaliktad dito eh. Baka sila yung maging parang diesel. Baka sila yung mag-init. Diba? But again, they only played one match. They only played one match this weekend. A lot of time for them to recalibrate. Coach Panda, Coach G, and the rest of the gang are definitely bound to bounce back. Again, heart of a champion here. They are gunning for M4 to remove that asterisk from their win in Season 9 and at MSC. So again, Kelra here, obviously, parang hiyang sa kanya yung meta. That's a sweep for Omega. The second series, though, of week 1, day 1, is the Royal Comeback. This is it. Next play, Evos versus Blacklist. Spoiler alert, panalo dito yung Blacklist, and napakalaki ng ngiti ng aking girlfriend, si Rice. She's watching now. And sobrang saya niya. But then again, the fact that it's 3 games, that there has to be something here, right? The fact that it took them 3 games.
3 games indeed. Yeah, go Kim.
Yeah, I was gonna say that I was completely surprised with for NXPE, right? I mean, Nicophobia playing for them as the roamer. And I think a lot of people mentioned the fact na parang kung mas aggressive daw dito sa patch na to, the much better, right? I mean, for the longest time, we've seen setter tanks, yung mga Atlas. But this time, Nicophobia making like a roamer saber, tsaka Natalia, like going back to that. So I think it completely took like Blacklist by surprise. Kaya nga umabot tayo ng 3 games.
Yeah, I'm calling this. Yeah, go ahead.
The Natalia came out in another series, pero dito nagpakita na sila dito eh. May teaser na eh.
And also, one thing na nakita ko on this lineup for next play Evos, I think the last 2 weeks of the last regular week of Season 9 was using formula of their lineup, which inactivate nila yung mga bago. And we rarely get to see Mycophobia play. And for next play, Evo's having this chance na naging MVP siya on the first week. Maybe now they're trying to mix it up na syempre wala na din dito si Yawi. So one of the things that they're trying to do here is trying to make use of the new breeds and as well. So I'm happy to see all of the Onyx Philippine players na, they say it's end of an era, pero what I see here, may kanya-kanya silang mindset also to aim for success kahit sa iba't ibang team nila.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. This NXPE, to be honest, I have to say, felt very chapsuy. Halo-halo sila sa akin, personally. When I saw that this might be their main 5, pero wala, it's enough apparently, right? Like, Hesa being in MPL-PH is definitely a big deal. Na-miss natin si Hesa, pero Donut really stepped up. Donut here is something else. It became Donut, Yelly Haze Donut. Yun yung combo ngayon. Kasi yun yung dalawang core eh. Diba? You have to admit that in this current metagame, the cores are the gold and the mid. It's not the jungler. Diba? It's not the jungler more often. So the fact that Donut's stepping up and Yelly Haze is there to guide their youngest member, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. Si Donut ang bunso ng main 5 na NXPE. It's working out. And I'm loving it. I like it. I like this new NXPE. So that's something that we'll talk about later. That's something that we will cover more of. But again, in this series against Blacklist, kinapos sila dito. But then again, that's what you get if you're playing against V-Wise.
One thing that I mentioned din ni Coach Bonchan, that they actually struggled And one thing that they saw sa next play Evos was they had this meta to take down the Ube. He's calling it the anti-Ube strat, which has
Mm.
which was played by the Dioroth and the Natalia. So there's no wonder na umamin din sila kahit si Coach Bonchan said na nahihirapan siya on his motovlog.
Yes.
And yeah, the respects are
Yes.
there still for next play
I
Evos.
love it. I love it. The sweep was denied, but just the same, good fight put up by NXPE. Blacklist one. By the way, happy birthday to Kiel One. Okay, happy birthday, Kiel
Oh yeah,
One.
Yes, to
happy
the
birthday,
post.
Yeah. Okay.
Kelwan.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, so shout outs to Naisu watching right now, the Big Dong. We'll move on to day 2 here. During day 2, we opened up with the debut of the new Onic Philippines. They went up against Bren Esports. And I think my vlog, I put out a vlog last night that
Mhm.
just explains all of my feelings towards Onic. I'm in love. I love this Onic, bro. I love it.
Yeah. Well, speaking of Onic Philippines, I'm happy to see Ryota back. And I said, sabi ko kanina sa
Yeah.
NXPE, we rarely get to see Miko Phobia and Ryota play. Mainly, they're part of some sort of a second team for Onic Philippines now with the new team. Well, hindi man siya ganun ka considered as veteran yet, but he was still the mainstay from tama ba, season 7, right? Came in season 7, right? Or season 8 for
Yes,
Onic
yes,
Philippines.
Ryota.
Yeah.
Ryota
Yeah.
Yes,
debuted in season
Ryota.
7 under LPE.
Oh, Laos Playbook. Yes, yes, yes. So, what we see here for Ryota is he blended well with the new five-man team na coming in from Anarchy. Tama, 5 or more than 5. So, parang dito natin nakita na they had this coming or prepared, they have this preparation na kailangan nila mag-sink in to this new team. Sino ba na iba doon? Si Coach Bluff Z lang ata. Coach Bluff Z and Ryota was
Correct.
the only mainstays na sabi nila to an end of an era. So,
Yeah.
yeah. That's Ryota being back on track.
I think I kind of mentioned this as well. Well, it's not in Recall or one of the Kovenry shows, but I think I mentioned that, if you're gonna have Ryota in the team, I think this was back when kompleto pa yung Onyx Philippines. So it was Ryota and then si Bimo playing the roamer. So kung si Bimo kasi naglaro, it's more of the initiation. But if it's Ryota, it's more of like team fight eccentric. And we kind of saw that like with Onyx Philippines. I do have to add as well, like if you've been watching, you've been following MLBB, even in the amateur scene, you've probably heard about this roster, this new roster of Onyx Philippines. And honestly, I was surprised with their gameplay, their opening gameplay here in MPL Philippines. A lot of people didn't really know parang what they can bring in, especially since they're rookies. But I am really, really happy that, they made a statement here in this game. 2-1 up against Bren Esports. So it was just a very, very fantastic weekend for Onyx Philippines in general.
Yep. I love that you brought up Ryota. I think that's something that we'll see sometime in the future. Again, there's so many weeks left in MPL season 10. Isa siya sa mga pinaka plug-and-play players sa buong liga natin. And that's something to look out for.
Mhm.
But yes, the story here is definitely the rookies. Monster Anarchy showing up. They earned their debut. 2-1 against Bren Esports. Let's move on to the second matchup of the night. And this one, again, I have to say all of the matches this weekend did not disappoint. This is where NXP showed their anti-Ube strat. They're all offense gameplay. Dito talaga nabigla yung TNC. Honestly, I thought after the draft, like ang ganda ng draft ng TNC dito if you're in the S9 meta, if you're in the defensive meta, look at that kind of team fight right here. Wala magawa yung next play Evos doon. But eventually they found out how to make it work. This is the base steal. Yan na yung Natalia.
Yeah, exactly. This specific match turns well, Kim, go ahead. Una ka.
Hindi, wala. Na-excite ako sa Natalia. Sinabi ko na kanina, di ba? So I kind of hyped it up. Yeah, it was this game, okay? So many like commendable games from NXP, honestly, for this first weekend. So yeah, the Natalia play. And I think for sige, if I may, like for TNC, I think kasi parang they're so textbook, they're so methodical. And I've mentioned previous casts as well, if you're methodical, if you've been playing the same heroes, I think that people can read you, like more or less makakahanap sila ng way to actually take you down. So I really think for TNC this time, especially like Bentings, hindi siya masyadong makaset up here. And for TNC, I feel like they have to perhaps bring out something new to the table, because NXPE, wow, call me a fan for this season in particular. It's only been week 1, so I'm looking forward to see more of them in the upcoming weeks.
Yeah, no, James is back. Sa totoo lang, and birthday ni James to. Tong araw na to, hindi ko
Ay,
Happy
oo.
nabanggit
birthday,
to
Yeah,
Cas.
yeah.
James.
Birthday niya yon. So belated happy birthday, James. I think there was a birthday buff in play here. But then again, you're playing off of momentum. First match nila laban sa Blacklist, may natutunan sila. They executed day number 2 and they swept TNC. So that leaves TNC in shambles. It was a sweep and it was so hard for them to bounce back. We'll see week 2 kung anong gagawin ng Phoenix Army para suportahan ang kanilang koponan. The last match of the night though was also something to behold. The sweep by Blacklist International, which were both comeback victories.
Oh, yep. This wasn't that easy, I believe, for Smart Omega going up against Blacklist na in form. Nandito yung the Royal Comeback was here, si Oh My Venus NY. So this specific lineup, Miko and Kel VJ. This is the return of the king, right? So
Yep.
I can
Yeah.
say na medyo nahirapan sila on how to read this game against Blacklist International because all they trying to do here was he's up against Wise, merong Tams at merong Akai. Ito yung mga hindi ko gustong kalaban sa RG. Kasama pa ng ng meron pang Digi. I don't want to look at this lineup as a safe spot na mananalo pa ako. And I still can't say na more of like it's the execution because all this time sa matches ng live audience, it was so hype and napakalapit ng laban. So this was all about execution and kung sino yung huling matalo dito gets the perfect opportunity to take them back.
Yeah, it was very, ewan ko, execution-centric. Napaka-specific nung kailangan mangyari para magawa ng Blacklist yun and they found their window. They definitely did. Lumabas dito yung prime M3 form nila. And to be fair, that's what you can expect because again, Omega technically here debuted a new lineup. This is KLVJ at 4 and Miko at 5.
Yeah.
And I love these two. Sobrang iba ng Omega na to kaysa sa normal na Omega natin.
Yeah, I love how you mentioned Miko and Kel VJ, the Return of the King, Leo. In part, I want to talk about Miko in particular. I don't know if you guys know this or like maybe our viewers know this. If you've been following the MLBB female scene, Miko was actually the coach of Smart Omega Empress, which is the female team of Smart Omega. And I think it really plays a part yung pagiging roamer niya, yung knowledge niya in drafting because he's the one drafting for Smart Omega Empress. So I think it's a different kind of gameplay we've seen here. Most of the time we've seen like Etomax tsaka Chaknu combo. But this time I'm really happy to see like Kel VJ and Miko, and honestly they played out of their minds in this game. But yun lang nga, no, if you're going up against VWise, well, it's a different story. I honestly felt like they could have gotten the series, or maybe like hindi naman the entire series, but maybe like a 2-1. So I was expecting at least a 2-1 for like Omega and Blacklist, but
Yep.
King and Queen.
Don't make experiment. Don't make subok against Oh My Venus. All right, you'll get swept. It's gonna happen. But then again, great effort by
Don't
Omega.
make-
I can't wait. I can't wait to see more. I can't wait to see more from Omega. I mean, this Omega specifically. As much as I love Cap, as much as I love Etomax and the Mamba, parang may something si Omega kapag Miko and Kiel. We'll talk about that later though. More of that. Let's go to day 3 though. This is a 2-match day and the first match was a sweep by Bren and parang tinag team ng NXP tsaka ng Bren yung TNC. So I'm guessing there must be some remnants of the previous day's defeat. Feeling ko lang. I don't know. It looks like TNC were not TNC here this day.
There has been as a viewer may konting struggle how do they want to execute their lineup, pero this specific match na highlight ko yung combo ng Digi tsaka Faramis ng Bren Esports.
Oh, yeah.
How deadly is this combo. Post 4 and post 5, Ogwen and Few making it stoppable sa pag-ikot pa lang, and specific team fights ang daming pwede na save dito na nahirapan mismo si Yasuo even sa laning.
Master
Grabe
Ogwen.
yung Faramis, no? I think out of all, wait, maybe we'll talk about that later on, but honestly, the Faramis in this current patch, na-imagine nyo ba Faramis and Estes? Can you imagine that combo? Like, no one's gonna die. Like, you have the cult altar, tas you have the blessing of the moon god. So, wala lang, just a possible combo na
Only
I thought of. Sabi
regen,
ko,
eh, no?
grabe yun. Only regen, only buhay, sustain to the max. So, Yun. We'll talk about the hero of the week later on. No? So hindi ko muna i-detail yung part na yan.
Yeah, there's a lot that this week brought us, and I think the teams are making what exactly is possible and what the real threats are on the battlefield this day. But that's something to talk about. Faramis Estes, Faramis Digi, Digi Estes. Parang make your own doomsday machine yan eh. But in the end, you really have to watch out for corners. You have to watch out for what is possible with what's left out there, and there's so much out there. You know what, guys? Chat, I can see what you guys are talking about. I would disagree if you say that the tank meta is dead. Because as you can see, Akai is still a thing. Akai in the jungle
True.
is still very lethal. Not to say because I just started learning how to play Akai, I'm not being biased here. Maybe I am. Pero don't write it off just yet. All right? But then again, congrats pa rin, Bren Esports dito. Definitely looking good in week 1. Master Ogwen here helped earn this sweep, leading his team to a victory. Then the last series of the weekend, I have to say, I enjoyed a lot kasi nanood kami ni Manjin. Nasa stands kami ni Manjin nito. Kasama namin si Renmar, and we were like one of the 10 people in the stands that were cheering for Onyx, and it was worth it. Kahit talo sila, sobrang sarap lang. Kasi yung Echo, ang daming fans ng Echo. So, bawi lang. But they lost still, 2-1.
It wasn't easy going up against Echo dito. Number one, yung jungler ng Onyx Philippines Sensu is going up against Carl TZ, the legendary
yeah.
Carl TZ.
Oh,
So
yeah.
there's part of it, I feel that there's merong intimidating part because what we're talking about sa desk was mindset on how to clear the air na hindi dapat pumasok sa isip mo na kalaban mo yung team na to. Yes, on the past seasons, they're a mix of veterans, okay? Yung Echo. So right now, I can say it's a more disciplined phase of Echo that they're trying to show against these new breeds. Pero ang ganda lang na naging comeback ng Philippines on game 2, which they had the grip on what was the mistake on game number 1. And by this Claude pick ni Benny Cutie on Echo, still, this marksman gives so much space sa post 5 nyo, and to dominate one team fight, you can't go wrong with that. Pero yun nga lang, on this first game, medyo nangapapa dito ang Onyx Philippines. And syempre, you can't blame them. It's the first day na makaharap mo dito nga yung mga veteranong players.
That has to play a factor here, right? The fact that as the jungler, as Shinsui, ang katapat mo world champion. Hindi lang world champion, ang katapat mo M2 MVP Grand Finals world champion. So
Yep.
as a rookie in season 10, yeah, that must have played a part. That must have been a role player here. Must have been significant at least. Did you see that, BurgerKim, watching? Naramdaman mo ba na parang, whoa, merong konting intimidation?
Yeah, I think so too. You mentioned the mindset, right? And I think in this particular, I want to talk about like Onyx Philippines, in particular si Rapidude, si Sensui as well, because siguro, I don't know if I can plug this in, but yeah, I also do a show about like MPL, so it's called
You
Patch
can.
Notes, and I was actually
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, kasi minsan hindi pwede. So okay, yeah, I do Patch Notes. It's available, or you can actually watch it on YouTube. Patch Notes, it's under Tier 1 Studios. So just look up Tier 1 Studios, look up Patch Notes. It's all there, and I was able to interview RSGPH. And can I just say, ang hirap na, kausapin ng ating back-to-back, hindi pala back-to-back, defending champions na RSG Philippines. So apparently, kinausap ko si Lexi, okay? Si Oh My Lexi, yung manager ng RSG, and I asked her, Lexi, can I get them on the show? Can I talk to them? Can I have an interview? And she's like, yeah, cool, sure, pwede naman. And then after a few days, she was like, BurgerKim, I think you have to talk to Sir Benjamin, which is like the head ng
Ben.
RSG. Sabi ko, okay,
Yeah,
sige.
it's Ben.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sabi ko, sure, that's fine. That's totally fine. I really want to have them on the show. So kinausap ko, in-email ko lahat. And he was asking me what am I gonna ask the players. So parang I gave a list. So sabi ko, I won't be asking anything explicit, walang anything that will make your players look bad. So can I please have them on the show? So he was like, oh, cool. Okay, I'll pass you to our parang, how should I say this? Like PR person. So apparently the PR person is from Singapore, but she's British. So may parang konting time difference. So we really had a long conversation about like what's gonna go on in the show and all of that. So yeah, to cut this all short, I was able to get them on the show, and nakausap ko si Eman, and I think it was Light. Yeah, si Eman and Light. And in particular, they highlighted yung Onyx Sabi ko kasi parang sino yung sa tingin yung pinaka-threat or maybe like a team that you think will be maybe like a dark horse dito sa season 10. And si Eman in particular, sabi niya si Rapidut daw tsaka si Sensui, feel niya may maipapakita this season. And yun na, you guys have seen it, not in the game of Echo and they lost, pero still, di ba? Leo's a huge fan of Onyx Philippines right now. And honestly, I've been following Onyx Philippines or probably Monster Anarchy. Sa tingin ko, sobrang laki ng kanilang improvement from way back when they were playing the amateur scene and up until they reach, their debut here in MPL. And sobrang masasabi ko lang, they really, really deserve their spot here.
Yep. Again, see, it's not just me. I haven't watched that episode just quite yet. But if it's from the MSC Grand Finals MVP, and if it's from my boy Light, then most definitely it's gotta be real. Hindi lang yan galing sa caster. Right? Pero still, congratulations to Echo 2-1. They got the victory, they got the dub, and I have to admit, I think in the last two games specifically, si Benny Cutie ang may sala. At least in Game 3. For sure, si Benny Cutie ang may sala ng Game 3. Grabe ka na, Benny. Grabe ka sa totoo lang. Again, never count out Bagyong Benny, all right? There's always a typhoon looming. But with that being said, we ran through the whole weekend. So kung hindi nyo pa napapanood yung MPL Season 10 Week 1, there's your primer. Parang nakanood ka na din just by watching the series highlights and us talking about it. We are going to be moving on to more specific topics, and I think the agents are going to be happy here because we're going to bring up the Royal comeback. Let's talk about Blacklist International in Season 10, and boy, oh boy, they did not disappoint. The V-Wise effect is in full swing. The MV3 plus V-Wise, it's a winning formula. It's legit a winning formula. Like, there's no way around it. Ito na yun.
Can I just say, ang daming hype.
Go ahead.
Wala. I think, wala lang. Sasabihin ko lang na V-Wise, I think sobrang na-hype na to for like last season and up until like, pa-build up na yung season 10. And they even had like an event like Blacklist Protocol to launch the entire
nandun
Blacklist
tayo.
team, yung roster. Nandun kayo, and yeah, I can say this already. They released the M3 s10 championship skin there. So it's released tomorrow, by the way. So medyo nag-plug na rin ako dyan. So yeah, get your s10 skin tomorrow. So for Blacklist
Salamat, BurgerKim. Thanks.
Yeah, tomorrow. It's tomorrow. It's already 17, so 18. It's gonna be released officially tomorrow sa server. So yeah, check it out, guys. If hindi nyo pa natapos yung mga tasks or whatever to get it on a discount, so go ahead and do it right now. And for Blacklist International, I think in particular V-Wise, kung sinabi mo V-Wise, the name's already heavy enough, and this season didn't disappoint, not just with V-Wise, even with the jersey of Blacklist International. Di ba parang I feel like every season Blacklist International is just stepping up, bringing something new to the table. So I think V-Wise effect very, very much put into play this entire weekend, and I feel like for the upcoming weeks, ano pang pwede natin makita? I feel like they have a lot in store for us.
Y'all brought up the jersey, and no doubt it is something to behold. Pero flex ko lang, finalo ba ako ni Quicks? What up? All right, yun lang. Kwento ko lang. Share ko lang. But real quick, I think we'll show the gameplay here of what the V-Wise effect looks like. All right, one against Omega, even against Omega. That is so strong. With Miko and KLVJ, napaka-aggressive nung lineup na to. They still figured it out. They still turned it around. And I think the reason why is this was shared to us by, I don't know if it was Oheb or Edward na nakausap namin. Iba daw talaga. Because there are times where in scrims, they would try out things, right? Na parang minsan, gagawin daw nila to, try nila to. But when they scrimmed and they were back with V and Wise, sobrang night and day daw. Parang iba daw talagang galaw nila kapag si V nagsasalita. So, here you can see that. Even against a team as aggressive as Omega, or even Next Play EVOS. Let's not even think about their rivals in Omega. Isipin natin yung napaka-crazy team like Next Play EVOS. Kinaya nila yon. That's the V-Wise effect. That's it. Yun na yun. That's the V-Wise effect. Hindi ko siya ma-explain kasi napaka-lupit eh. Pero that's the V-Wise effect.
The V-Wise effect, and we can say that pwedeng natawagin na they have this thing, the make but affect the game, na ito yung nangyayari sa sa VOS. If you're up against Blacklist International, the thing about this is, you should know the checklist on how to properly end the game. Kasi yung nangyayari kasi nila dito, once they're back in their true form, as you've mentioned, their M3 World Championship form, they have this mindset and vibe na pag late game na, the shot calling is different. Ang bilis nila mag-adapt. That gap, that 4-minute gap from mid-game to late game, that's their open window. So, kumbaga, there's no surprise na lahat ng teams look up to this team na this is all their target. Na ito yung pagbibinyag eh. And yung one thing na nakikita nila dito is they have the respect from Blacklist International, but at the same time, this is the thing na kumbaga, this is kind of like a statement na kung makaisa sila sa VYs, that's one thing na kumbaga you can treat as an achievement na they can make kaya nilang paganahin on the next weeks.
Yeah.
Ramdaman naman yung
I love
connection
Yeah. No, I love how you put it na Blacklist International is a team. VYs is a whole nother thing. Blacklist International with VYs in it is MPL Philippines final boss. Kung malampasan mo yon, kung mabigwasan mo yon, then that's something. And again, that's why we should really think about how we assess next play EVOS, right? And sakto, that's what we're talking about next. Let's talk about the new next play EVOS here. Their lineup in season 10 is very, very deceptive. Nakakagulat kung gaano kalakas ito because this lineup has no rookies. Check it out. It's Mycophobia, debuted in season 8. There's James, debuted in season 7. There's H2, debuted season 6. There's Donut, debuted season 9. And then Yelly Hayes, nandito siya bago pa tayo lahat pinanganak. So, this is a lineup that is just everywhere, right? This is a lineup that just is it's the definition of halo-halo. Pero napagana nila eh. Parang again, anti-ube strat. It just works. And I love it. Besides Onyx this week, I've fallen in love with Next Play.
NXP. Yeah. Alam mo, Leo, I want to add to what you said, yung halo-halo. You don't know,
True.
Yun din, no? I think next to Blacklist, it would have to be like Next Play with the jerseys. I don't know. I'm a graphic designer, so I really think that in terms of jerseys, Blacklist, tapos Blacklist syempre, tapos Next Play EVOS. But I want to talk more about like Next Play in particular. Nasabi ni Leo na halo-halo. I think I want to quote Coach Panda on this. Sinabi niya this was last season 9, so I was able to get their interview during the post-match press con. So sabi ni Coach Panda, yung mga players naman, usually the coaches, they have this picture in mind. Team they want to form, a play style they want to form, and they get like colors. Tapos, it's up to those to mix together and form a very nice picture. And I honestly think that's in the same line as like Next Play EVOS. Parang nag-mix together yung mga colors to just form this new Next Play EVOS, and I'm loving it. I mean, aside from Onyx Philippines, call me a fan as well of Next Play EVOS. Ito sa halo sila. I think this particular weekend, as for next few weeks, sa tingin ko parang ang daming maipapakita pa ng Next Play EVOS.
Yeah, no, I agree. This is it, right? This is the Yes. Yeah. Real quick, sorry guys. There's some hiccups going on here, pero OSX, you were saying.
Yeah. Sorry, medyo hinangin lang ng konti. So one thing to look for, at sinabi din dito ni Kim na yung about speaking of form, I love how Next Play EVOS is being consistent with this debut lineup for season 10. Because for me, James, I rated player of Next Play EVOS, and dito ko rin nakita si H2 being upgraded from seasons time and time again. Na for me, I consider for week 1 pa lang to, we can say na medyo calibrated na ngayon ang Next Play EVOS in terms of getting in this kind of lineup. Wala din si Rene J, so maybe this form or this kind of lineup can consider as one of the winning formulas of Next Play EVOS winning lineup. Okay? So na pwede nilang ituloy-tuloy for the next weeks. Pero dito na nakikita on how synced they are na throughout the season, just basing it sa kanilang trailer. It's all about the challenges na bumubulong sa mga tingan nila. So I can say na next play now is a different face and a different form, much upgraded. So we can see further new things sa kanila.
Yeah, I think the winning image, that's what I'd like to call it, the winning image for Next Play EVOS in Season 10 is all aggression, all offense. Parang pag binigyan mo sila ng ganito klaseng lineup, look at that! There's no peel! There's zero peel on this lineup. It's a Beatrix, a Natalia, a Dairoth, a Xavier, and a Karina. Pero nanalo sila dito, mind you. Nanalo sila. So, the winning image for Next Play EVOS is, one, again, a lot of damage, a lot of offense, anti-ube, scalpel, kumbaga. And I think key here is Coach Pau. I think Coach Pau just allows this kind of madness. And I think that's a good pickup. Great pickup by Next Play EVOS na yung coach nila is parang umuoo sa ganitong klaseng lineup. And I think we will expect more nail-biting moments from them later.
Yeah, isa pang yung nakita kong characteristic for their playstyles in Season 9. Basta mga week 1 to 3, there's always something about Next Play EVOS doing a sugal move. Okay, yung parang hashtag i-go na natin to. Diba, last season, diba, the heist, no, Season 8, next, Renny J and H2 did the heist against Omega. And now, si Mycophobia did something similar how Baloyski did in previous seasons back. It's still the same thing. Hindi nawawala yung parang yung amban nila na, sige, go na lang, tara. It's their playstyle, it's their characteristics, it's their character na parang hinahayaan din to flow for this specific lineup. So yeah, maybe it's a new chance for Next Play EVOS to go around.
Yeah, season after season.
Parang sabi siguro ni...
Sabi Nino, Kim.
Wala. Sorry. Nag-delay kasi yung audio nyo eh. Nag-delay for a while here. Pero no, it's all good right now. I was gonna say, nawala tuloy yung train of thought ko. Siguro parang gusto ko lang din i-add na siguro yung si Coach Pau, di ba? He's allowing this. So it's kind of like saying na, sabi ni Coach Pau, you want offense? I'll give you offense. And syempre, Next Play EVOS, and I think parang sobrang nag-fit sa playstyle nila. I think nag-matter din yun like yung overall composition, not just the players, even the coach rin for Next Play EVOS. It's just a perfect, well, not a perfect combination, but I think it's the right one.
Yeah.
The thing.
What's the thing? Did it play again? The steal, the base steal?
Yeah, the base steal, the pin, the nail in the coffin moment of Mycophobia to the base of TNC.
Mm-hmm.
Ang galing nun. Ano yun? Planado yun. Kasi, if I remember correctly, there were at least 2 or 3 other times during the weekend that NXPE tried to do that. Pinagtangkaan din nila yung base ng kalaban ulit. Na parang ganon. Parang nung ganong klaseng guluhin nyo, papush natin to. And all you have to do is get it once. All you gotta do is get it once. So, with that being said, a lot to expect from NXPE in the next few weeks. And I like it. I like their lineup here. Again, no rookies, but there's no problems. Apparently, the flavor comes from their playstyle. The flavor comes from their preferences. We are going to go on a quick break. Sa aming pagbabalik, it's going to be the segments for Recall. There's a new one debuting, Power Picks, and then we'll go to Power Rankings and Guest Coin, some classics. I'd like to say hi to David Gamboa. Isang bossing dyan sa Onyx Philippines ngayon. Super happy with how you guys are performing. Shoutouts lang kayo. Go into the chat and share the stream, please, because Recall will be right back. What's up? Welcome back to Recall. We're getting into our segments at your service. Ako nga po pala si Leo. We are joined here by OSX and BurgerKim. They'll be sharing with us their power picks for this weekend. We're looking at week 1. Handa na ba kayo, guys? Power picks. It's a new segment that we set up here on Recall.
Let's go. It's still week 1 though. Hindi pa nagkikita lahat. Not unless it's midterms already. So, let's see. Week 1 muna. Pagbasihan muna natin ng performances. Ito ba
Solely
yung
week
mga
1 to, guys.
Yep.
Yeah.
Week 1 lang. Kalma lang kayo.
So, what makes this first power picks a thing, what makes it more important is its initial reactions. It's first impressions. And you can only make a first impression once. So with that being said, simulan na natin. We are going to be naming 3 things here. Our player of the week, our play of the week, and our hero of the week. So itong tatlong to, based on how we watched week 1, are very important. So we all have different opinions. Simulan na natin. OSX, latag mo na your power picks.
Okay, guys, let's go. So, ito, for week 1 pa lang naman. So, my player of the week is none other than Kiel1, Oheb. Para ba yung post na ba? It's here. It's Ken. It's 1. So, happy birthday, Oheb. And the reason why siya yung player of the week ko is he got his first Savage. So, back in the form of M3, nakuha na yung title na Filipino Sniper, defending our flag sa mga dayuhan out there sa M3. So, nakita natin dito on how we are proud for Oheb, and having his first Savage of the week is really a milestone for him. So, it's up against Omega. So, that clear things up na dahan-dahan na nakuha yung mga achievements na. And also, Beatrix, wala pa rin kupas, is still the same thing. That's the player of the week, si Oheb. Next is...
How about a play? Show us a play.
This is the perfect play for me for week number 1. This is the pin the nail on the coffin by Mycophobia. Similarity in for Baloyski's play back in season, tama ba? I don't know, previous seasons back, na ginawa na din to against Sunspark. So, ito yung reason why ba't nanaling NXPE, and having their own fashion and identity, dinadivert nila yung team's mindset on finishing onto the late game. This just perfect synchronization coming up from this lineup. So, how Mycophobia and James united, this is just purely damage. Early game disruption, tapos yung damage na bibigay ng Diro. So, mainly, this play was all about like 50-50. Pag-damdamin mo dito was just like, sige na lang, tapusin natin to. Go na lang natin to. I'm making as a hashtag for next play Evos though. So next play Evos to, hashtag i-go na natin to. Yun ang nakita natin.
I-go
na natin to.
I-go na natin to.
I-go
Evos.
na natin to. Okay, NXPE marketing oh. May lapag si OSX oh. Hashtag i-go na natin to.
Natin to. Okay na ako sa joggers. Salamat.
Joggers pero walang pambaba. Ay, walang pantaas.
Okay
Joggers lang.
Okay lang. Joggers lang. Okay na sa akin.
Okay. Wrap it up with your hero of the week.
Hero of the week is none other than Faramis. I can say that this hero is always contested either steal or ban. The reason why is ang dami na sa supplement if ever kung post 5 na Faramis, the sustain and having the second life, not unless kung may kalaban kang Valentina, that thing you need to make sure of sa banning pa lang. So for me, Faramis is going to be an OP hero in MPL Season 10, and that's one of the things na the current meta is still in the tanks, and also the sustain of this hero is very, very beneficial to specific team lineups. So yeah, Faramis is the way.
I love it. Most team lineups are
teams.
better with Faramis in it. Same kayo ni Excalibur. Excalibur shared his picks as well, and Mycophobia yung player of the week niya. Ang kanyang play of the week ay Rapidot, Comeback, Atlas. I think we'll see that in just a bit. Yeah. And then ang hero of the week niya, same, Faramis. Guys, lapag nyo rin. Your player, your play, and your hero. I kind of want to share mine, but BurgerKim, una ka na, ladies first.
Go BurgerKim.
Siyempre, no? Na, you kind of teased it already in the live stream. Parang kung ma-advance kayo mag-isip pa. Well, for me, Mycophobia. Si OSX, he already showed you guys a clip of yung favorite play of the week niya, which was actually the Natalia play. I think for Mycophobia, for the longest time, I think a lot of people take na parang, kunyari, parang siyang hito di ba? Parang, you know, if you're a comedian, sometimes people, you know, they forget maglaro. And I think a lot of people, for Mycophobia in particular, this week, for this week, number 1, mga plays, ang dami niyang mga ginawang clutch moves for next play Evos, and he was the one actually setting the tempo for next play Evos. Come on, Saber roam, tapos well, I mean, Natalia has been used as a roamer, pero I mean, shades of BTK. I think somebody said it on the live stream earlier na shades of BTK yung mga play style ni Mycophobia. And 'di ba, parang mapapaisip ka nun parang Saber, it's not in the meta, but Mycophobia made it work. And for me, he was the one who drove next play Evos to like number 2 on the power rankings right now, if I'm not mistaken. Tama ba ako? Number 2 yung NXP.
Yes, they are number 2 in the
Yeah,
leaderboards.
right?
Okay. But is he also responsible for your play of the week? What's your play of the week?
Well, it's not, well, I was actually torn when you guys were asking me. Sabi ko, yung ano ba, yung Natalia backdoor play ba ni Mycophobia? Or was it something else? And I think this one in particular, I love this, okay? I love how a roamer gets so much highlight. And in particular, this one, yung final set, or kumbaga yung final fatal links, yung nakita natin to in MSC, actually, yung fatal links din from Moon. And this one from Rapido as well, saved the entire game for Onyx Philippines, and eventually, led to a win for Onyx Philippines 2-1 up against Bren Esports. And ilang beses ko na to nakita sa rank, and to be able to make this kind of play, sobrang clutch nito
Feeling
for
ko ako
Onyx
yun.
Philippines. And hindi OSX, may rason kung bakit hindi kita ina-invite sa rank. Ganun na.
Oy, that's one of my kilig
I'm
moments
kidding.
being an Atlas main, bro. Yung yung magdidikit-dikit sila, that's one of the best things for a comeback. Yun lang yun. And
Well,
Starlight's
that
coming up
explains-
September. Let's go.
Oh, it is Starlight ba siya
Yeah.
next? Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Is your hero of the week Atlas also, or no?
No, it's not Atlas. Okay, can I just say I have mixed feelings about the Beatrix. Okay, I don't know how to use a Beatrix properly. And ito yung hero, if you guys check like the stats on the Mobile Legends website, Beatrix is actually one of the top pick heroes. Maybe it's because there's a lot of weapons. Sa kanya, she has 4 guns. Please, come on. Like the sniper, the whisker, ang dami. Ang dami. Up until now, yeah. They gave nerfs to Beatrix, but I still have to say that yung burst niya, it's insane. And particular reason why I made this the hero of the week for me, Savage for Oheb, and I think that was, yun nga, sabi ni OSX, it was a milestone for him. And Beatrix, wala halos lahat ng games, I mean, I'm watching MPL, right, and I see a lot of Beatrix. Tapos magrarank ako at during the night, Beatrix rin yung nakikita ko. So I mean, in and out of MPL, this hero, like what Leo said, broken and completely OP. I think I think it deserves the hero of the week for me.
Yeah. Moonton, I love you guys, but Beatrix is broken AF. All right? Hindi siya nahawakan, hindi siya nagalaw no last patch, if I'm not mistaken. So, the way I describe Beatrix is she's like 2 heroes in one. Minimum 2 heroes in one. So, you don't even have to change much, right? And she can switch between those heroes in game, and it's pretty nasty. I think that is a preview of my picks, pero dulo yun eh. Let's go ahead and talk about my player of the week, and I gotta give it up to my boy Mycophobia. All right, I like the comparison to Hito, and here's the thing: he's 70-30, 70% player, 30% personality. Si Miko si Hito baliktad. Actually, you know what? Hito is now 100% personality, and I love that. But that aside, si Miko talaga this weekend, pinakita niya na parang, roamers don't just have to be the tanks. Despite being a pretty good tank himself, if you'll remember Season 8, Walk the Lord. Ngayon, he picked up a few tricks. Kaya na ring mangnakaw ng base with that Natalia. So, I'm excited to see what else Mycophobia can do, especially under NXPE, under Coach Pao, with H2 in the gang. How about my play? Itong play ko iba. So I'm glad that we had 3 different plays of the week, and I want to share a little bit of a story. While I was watching this game, by the way, it's the Hawk Bayawi. Watch out, you're gonna catch there here. While we were watching this game, on the stands, Game 3 to, nanonood kami ni na Manjin tsaka ni Renmar. Sabi ko, ang hirap din kasi nung pinili dito ni Yawi yung Franco, ang kaya niya na talaga hulihin, si Der. Because if you catch Rapidot, you catch Sensui, you catch Super Friends, nothing's gonna happen. If you can't catch Nets. He has a flicker and he has a dash. That's a Clint. So sabi ko, si Der lang talaga pwede niya hulihin dito. And like, within 5 seconds, nahuli niya si Der. And that just tore apart Onyx PH. Because, look, they're up about 4K, 3.5. Nung nahuli si Der, it all came crashing down. It all just ended right there. So, that's what Echo needed. That's what kind of turned the game around. And it was my play of the week. Ang ganda, ang galing talaga. I don't know how I saw it or how Yawi saw it specifically. Si Yawi talaga to. I can imagine him hooking this and then look into the stands. It's like, this is for you, girl. Box! Kinain niya si Der. So, super funny moment, but I'm sad for Onyx, but it is what it is. That's my play of the week. I can only really just hinaap ko si Der pagkatapos ng game na yun. Sabi ko, boy, okay lang, bawi kayo next week.
Yeah.
There you
It's
go.
good that-
There you go.
Yeah, it's
Sorry,
good that
siningit ko lang.
just be there for him, you know, always.
Yeah, I was. By the way, if it's I don't keep it a secret. I love Der. There's a good friend of mine. He's my boy. But yeah, we'll watch again. We'll see how they bounce back next week. And last but not least, my hero of the week. Same kami ni Miss Kim. It's Beatrix. I already said why. She's basically two heroes in one, and she wasn't touched in the last patch. And the best of the best of the best, I can use her, will abuse her, and abuse the hero kit. That came out wrong, but you know what I'm saying, right? Beatrix is very strong. Beatrix is broken. She's banned or first pick. That's how it is. Alam nyo na yun. Let's see what happens in week 2, and then let's see what happens in the next patch. Moonton, please. Okay, so that's our power picks new segment. I love that you guys are joining in. A few other play of the weeks na bring up ng chat is the Benny Cutie Triple. It's Eliza's
Of course.
play of the week. And then hero of the week, another choice would be Natalia. Yan, very also important in this meta, Natalia. Yeah, worth picking in the first phase. Not maybe first pick, pero first phase. Very, very
First
worthy.
phase, yeah.
Let's wrap it up. Power picks. Let's move on to a favorite. Let's do some power rankings. And I'm not sure if I did this right, pero I like how our power rankings are very different from the leaderboards. With that being said, BurgerKim, mauna ka na. How about it? Ladies first.
Okay. What can I do about that? There you go. Power rankings. Are you gonna flash it like one by one here? Teka lang.
If you wanna.
Kunin ko muna yung kodigo ko. I-flash mo na direct. Lahat na. Let's go. Oh, top one definitely, Blacklist International. I think medyo similar din sa current power rankings. Pero for me, Blacklist International and Next Play, this is solely based on week number 1's performance. Na-expound ko na yung Blacklist International, V-wise, of course. Next Play EVOS naman, it's more of, I think it's a different flavor. I feel like this is the palette, or kumbaga, this is the entire picture that I wanted to have for the longest time, and they got it. And yeah, Mycophobia is my player of the week. So I think they come in second after Blacklist International. Actually, sobrang nag-change yung aking power rankings for a while. I was like, okay, Blacklist International, then I put, of course, RSGPH, then followed by, well, Omega. Pero this time kasi, based on week number 1, followed by Onyx Philippines dito yung Next Play EVOS. It's because of yung rookies natin. It's not easy to debut in a season knowing that you're going up against veterans, you're going up against players who've played for the longest time. And first week pa lang nila, I think Onyx Philippines, sobrang laki ng kanilang potential, and I think they will go far. Well, I think they'll get into the playoffs. We'll see later on. Pero for Onyx Philippines, ang dami nilang parang, ang daming yung gigil mo from, waiting for your chance to actually debut in MPL and actually making it. Parang nakakatuwa for Onyx Philippines. That's why I placed them third. Sobrang daming mga plays din na ginawa nila. In particular was actually very beautiful, very nice. And followed by, of course, ito yung parang secret fan of Omega. And I think I kind of mentioned this backstage last season na parang, when Omega was like climbing up the playoffs, sabi ko sa tingin ko talaga Omega eh. Like, feel ko they'll either probably top 3 or maybe even top 2 sa season 9, and they actually did it, right? You can't just count Omega out. This is like, quoting Coach Panda ulit dito, Omega is that type of team na, they're kind of like a knife. You don't know what they're gonna bring out next. They can be offensive, maybe they can also like put up like some different play. I think we've seen this in, I think season, I can't remember which season, probably like 7 or 8 yata, yung Faramis Bane. So when they were still like
Season
execration
7
pa. So,
playoffs.
di ba?
Season 7 playoffs.
Di ba season 7? So I think Coach Pacbet in particular, I love Pacbet so much. Can I just say? Kasi I love teams who bring out different strategies every time. And Coach Pacbet is actually one of those coaches that is not afraid to bring that out in any season. Paramis Bane, you guys have only seen this TikTok plays at na-execute ng execration back in that time, which is now Smart Omega. And sobrang laki ng kanilang parang linakbay rin. Now going to season 10, hindi pa playoffs nag-activate na yung Omega. That's why, well, I put them behind Onyx Philippines because, well, sobrang call me a fan rin of Onyx Philippines. So medyo pata sila if there was like a parang draw, probably like Onyx Philippines and Omega for the third spot. So, pwede interchangeable siya for me, yung third and fourth ko. Followed by Bren Esports. Okay, Bren Esports, it wasn't a very good season for them past 2 seasons. At ngayon, we didn't really dive into this so much. Kyle Tizzy. Okay, this is a guy that I've followed ever since I started casting as well. So, Kyle Tizzy, parang yun nga, no, he was interviewed and he mentioned na hindi pa siya masyadong kilala, parang sobrang idol niya si Kyle Tizzy. And to be actually having that debut in MPL going up against, Carl Tizzy and all these veterans, parang sobrang overwhelming. But at the same time, he really performed very well for Bren Esports. I love seeing that, a very good story, how you were able to get to MPL and actually made their debut count. Ako, Bren Esports, we saw at what they could have been last season, yung last game nila last season for season 9. They actually weren't able to make the playoffs, pero yun parang medyo nararamdaman mo that there could be something that Bren Esports will bring out in this season. I think with the addition of Kyle Tizzy, I'm very happy that Bren actually acquired him. Not just Kyle Tizzy, but si Master Owen as well. So sobrang ganda ng kanilang performance this week number 1, and ako looking forward to see more of these rookies sa ating season 10. Echo super team, 'di ba? Parang last season very heartbreaking for them, and I think this clip was released on Twitter for last season 9 nung na-interview si Coach Arcadia about Echo, and it was heartbreaking. They wanted to make it far, and sobrang dami rin expectations kasi for the super team, 'di ba? And a lot of people were expecting that they'd reach, they'd go far in the playoffs, but hindi nangyari. Pero Echo Philippines, I think ganun pa rin naman, no? Super team can actually make it. They want to prove to people that they can do it, and sinabi yun ni Carl Tizzy. So, sa tingin ko, Echo Philippines in particular, sobrang, I think, malaki yung maipapakita na this season. We haven't seen so much games yet. That's why I put them in 6th place, na about 6th. Tapos yung RSG and TNC, well, it's not just to wrap up my power rankings, TNC tsaka RSG-PH, well, this is something, well, surprising din to for me because I actually put RSG-PH and TNC way up there back in, when I was making my power rankings even before the season started. May
For
reason
sure.
yun, 'di ba? Kasi top 3 yung TNC, and of course defending champs RSG-PH. So syempre may certain expectation ka, but for this particular week I just have to put them in the 6th.
Yep. Actually 7th and 8th. Now that opens up this theory. Or this school of thought that maybe TNC and RSG, they might be meta-specific teams. Baka kaya sila sobrang lakas in the past 6 months is because hiyang sa meta, hiyang sila sa kung anong uso or anong kayang gawin nung hero pool nila alongside their own skill sets. But we'll see. There's a lot of room for them to adjust. But with that being said, guys, sana na-screenshot ninyo yung power rankings ni BurgerKim because it's my turn, okay? Lapag na natin kung ano ang sa tingin kong status quo ng MPL Philippines Season 10. After Week 1, mind you, after Week 1, Direk, lay it down on me. I also have opened here sa gilid yung aking power rankings, side-by-side leaderboards. Nakabukas yung leaderboard, I just want to compare, okay? My number 1 is Blacklist. Clearly, they're lossless. 1 game, that's all they lost. And again, the VY's effect is in full swing. Next up for me personally is Onyx Philippines. Every single game of theirs is close. And for a team that is mostly rookies, I could not ask for more. So they have my heart. And then number 3 is Next Play Evos. I said it all already. Innovators of offense. Napaka-exciting ng playstyle nila. Ika nga ni OSX, hashtag igo mo na. Tama ba yun? Or igo na natin? I think it's igo na natin.
Igo na natin.
Igo na natin yan. Igo, there's so many variations of that hashtag.
I was in mute. Sorry. Igo na natin to.
Igo na natin to. Ayan. Next
Yeah.
Play Evos. Igo na natin to. I don't think so. But because of that play style, that mindset, kaya sila number 3 for me. And then number 4 is Omega. So 50-50. But again, they did try a new lineup against the final boss. So that might be limit testing. Who knows? Number 5 is Bren Esports. Not quite yet convinced, but I like this lineup so far. Still a big Pandora fan. Marami nagtataka nung season 9, uy, bakit mo hinahype si Pandora? Well, here's why, okay? Watch how he plays here in season 10 and you'll know exactly why. Number 6 is Echo. They did just play one game and they did debut Sanford and Sanji as a part of their main 5. Their first 5, that is Echo Loud, but I don't know quite yet. I'm not a believer just yet, completely. So, tingnan natin. Question mark yan. And just like BurgerKim, RSGPH, and TNC, obviously, nahirapan sila. That they're struggling with the current meta. And a part of me believes it's in the draft as well. But I think more for RSG. Mas malaki yung question mark ko for RSG because they did only play one game. There might be some shock value there. But for TNC, it's very clear that they need to work on their draft. I think. Kasi execution-wise, may something dun eh. So, that's my power rankings for week 1. Screenshot. Oh, okay. Wait, isa pa. Zac Efron. Screenshot. There it is. Okay. All right.
Zac Efron.
Where'd your money go? Screenshot. Diba? Where'd your money go? Kung Fu Panda skins. Anyways, go ahead. OSX, lapag mo na. What does your power ranking look like?
Let's go. Isang lapag lang direct. For me, I consider week 1 as an establishing picture or frame ng isang pelikula. Yes, lagay mo na direct. All in one go. Yep. I'm looking at this kumbaga power rankings as an establishing frame of a movie coming in for the end of the regular season. Number 1, Blacklist. Again, similar sa mga sinabi ni BurgerKim and Leo, VY's in effect, and this is the things that they need to look after is how they finish the game, and they're up against the Royal Comeback. Next is number 2, I need to hand it over to the rookies na hindi sila natakot, na hindi sila nagpaamba onto their jitters getting into the first game up against Echo and Bren Esports na talagang pinakita nila na kaya nilang harapan ang mga veterano dito, which hindi naging factor for disrupting their mindset on finishing the game. Next play Evos. I love the winning picture as Leo said it. Na hashtag, I named it igo na natin to for a reason, and I love their play style na kung kaya, derecho, and how calculated they are with their risk. And kung tuloy-tuloy lang nila yon, maybe they could get more points in this regular season na ibang-iba in the previous seasons back. So, underrated players showing up, new breeds combining with the veteran players. Yep, H2N, all the people there really work together. And number 4, Omega Esports. I can say na it's the fire is there, and nagkaroon ako ng chance to interview CEO Hito na yung mindset nila this season is that trophy. There's no other perspective that they can see is to get their hands on that trophy dahil matagal na itong gusto, and this what drives them, and they want to keep going until they get it. And sabi nga ni Hito, even though, well, hindi naman niya katapat dito yung next play Evo, so may trasho ko na ng konti si Miko Fobe. I'll brought it up on the casting desk if ever magkatapat sila. But still, Omega Esports on their MSC form is winning as of the moment. And next is Bren Esports. We can still count on Kyle TZ na makakaharap niya on the first day of week number 2 si Carl TZ. Yung dalawang may TZ, so but this is up against Carl TZ. Okay, so for SA Bren Esports, mas naging sila ngayon, mas naging handa sila on the teams who went after the championship titles and of course the MEC titles, so we can still count them out since it's still week 1. And Echo, I believe may kumbaga there's a lot of chances pa na pwedeng umadapt because sabi nga dito ni Leo, there are specific teams in the current patch of Season 9 na naging pabor sa kanila. But on dati, was a meta, right? But that was double fighter, right? Yung double fighter,
Yeah. Echo was
strategy
131.
and
Echo
the
was
tank
131.
jungler. So maybe, yes, the 1-3 strategy. So maybe, just maybe, they're still adapting. Pero on the last series ng Echo laban sa Onyx, Carl TZ used Demon Slayer. I love that he still used Impure Rage, and the second one was he still stick with the Festival of Blood in the two current heroes na ginamit niya on the 3 games. Pero on the last one, nung ginamit na din yung Demon Slayer, I can see na they're slowly adapting, pero there's still more weeks to come. And they're one of the flashiest players. Pero mas mukhang disiplinado, and then yung respect nandiyan na ngayon, especially for Yawi. Ibang-iba na ngayon yung kanilang character. And for RSG and TNC Pro Team, yes, even though it's still a week 1 upset, but not count out RSG. Na-interview ko din si Light, and one thing they're trying to pull off is the 4 championship legacy. So I believe hindi pa ata sila tapos on what they're aiming for. And sabi nga niya nung Season 9, they weren't expecting na magiging champion sila. But now, having a clear path that they want to have this 4-title champion legacy, maybe this caliber, mas pinapainit sila siguro sa mga ganitong klaseng plays. And I believe Coach Panda is always looking after on how to fix the fundamentals of his team, you know. So, meron pang konting pang switch up, because sabi nga, isang match na laro nila. And TNC Pro Team, yes, same thing with Leo and BurgerKim, na they need to adapt on the current patch and the meta, and if they can work this out, maybe may pagbabawi on the week 2 and the upcoming weeks on regular season. So yeah, yun na aking power rankings for week 1. It's not yet over. Dahil pa tayong laban. So abang-abang muna tayo.
Imaginein mo, no, what if RSG-PH actually wins M4? What if M4? Not even talking about Season 10. What if they make it to M4 and they win? Matik, 1 taon pa lang sila naglalaro, Grand Slam na. MPL, MSC, and then World Championship.
Yep.
What?
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know how to feel about that. Parang it's both a dream come true, and it's just too crazy to think about. Pero posible, who knows? With Panda and this team and this squad and Coach G, I don't know. But with that being said, thank you guys for sharing your power rankings. We see you, Lyric, andyan, si Ray Ash nag-share, tsaka si Errol. Lapag nyo rin yung power rankings ninyo. I think we all kind of share the same thoughts here. And we have previous seasons 2 strongest teams in the bottom, RSG and TNC. Tingnan natin kung mababaliktad to in the following weeks. But for now, let's move on to Guest Coin. Ito, sure ball. Ang sasagot nyo lang, buy or sell. Ganun lang, sa chat. Guys, here's the rules, okay? It's a new look, but it's the same rules. If you agree with the statement, say buy. If you don't, say sell. Buy or sell. Buy or sell. Sell or buy. Walang gitna. Alam nyo na yun. Wala ring hold. Dun sa mga nakamiss, dun sa mga nanonood dati pa, walang hold. Buy or sell lang. Okay? We have 6 statements here. And BurgerKim and OSX are not new to this, so they know what's going on. Ready na ba kayo? Guest Coin?
Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's buy and sell.
Chat, buy or sell. You know what it is. Let's go. First statement. Direct, lapag mo na. It's all about TNC. And the key for TNC is to be aggressive. We need to see them get more aggressive. Can they do it? Is this the key for them for success? Buy or sell?
I buy. Yun yung nakita ko last season I buy. Yep. They need to stick to the same form, and kailangan na tandaan on how they went to the roots on Season 9 on how they're winning the matches. Maybe they need to just go back to the ABCs. Who knows? They're fundamentally textbook playing, so why not? They need to adapt though.
Ako Biden for me. Yeah, I agree with OSX na, well, you've seen it with Next Play Evos. I think, who knows? Like, it could work, could not work, but for TNC in particular, parang hindi na kasi gumagana yung parang you're either too passive or you're too masyadong play safe, masyadong textbook. I don't think it works right now. I mean, for TNC, I think this might not be the solution to everything, but it could be an opening to something.
I'll say
forget the
sell.
book, lutuin mo yung adobo in your own way.
I thought you were gonna say lutuin mo yung book. No, I'd say sell. I'd say why? Why do I believe?
Why?
Why I don't think
sell?
they should be aggressive? It's because right now, they're coming from a place wherein sa draft pa lang, gusto nilang either manalo sa lane, 50-50 yung lane, or maging maganda yung rampa nila into the mid to the late. And that's very defensive. You're asking TNC, if you want them to be aggressive, you're asking them to do a complete 180. And I think that might be too dangerous to go on a road to recovery. Diba? Parang sinabi mong, instead of no sugar diet, galing kang all sugar diet, tapos sabi mong just cut it off, just quit cold turkey. I think that's dangerous. I think that's scary. Baka mas lalo silang mahirapan.
Okay lang. Baka who knows, maybe they find something new about it. Try lang. It's not, there's no harm in trying.
Maybe,
so,
yeah.
Depende.
Yeah. I don't know.
Go
it's
hard
not
or go
up to us,
home.
right? It's not up to us, but yeah. So we're split on this. Buy, sell. Let's move on to the second statement. Chat, what do y'all feel like? Is it a buy or a sell for you guys? Should TNC be more aggressive? Should they start picking up more Franco? Sabi ni Excalibur. Sell! Okay, Errol's on my side here. I wonder what everyone else thinks. Let's talk about RSG though, our second statement. RSG needed a better draft. Not Omega. Omega has nothing to do with this statement. There you go. So this is their game 1 draft, and here you can see they picked up a carry very early. They picked up a Lunox, and it's very combo wombo specific. Their game 2 also was very interesting to say the least. I think game 2 was also medyo here and there. They did get a Faramis, but again, it's on Aqua kasi. Si Aqua yung nag-Faramis. So, Omega punished that very hard, and napilitan sila mag-Clint dito. So, the statement again, RSG needed a better draft in their games against Omega. Buy or sell?
Buy. I go buy. Maybe one of the factors din na sinabi ni Coach Panda last season was he tends to overthink the draft kung sino yung kalaban niya, and maybe if they can organize on how to approach them correctly, especially now na mas adaptive yung ibang team sa meta, maybe he can go by on the right notebook. Pull off his notebook back. The secret note Panda. So maybe sticking to that maybe gives them another edge on things.
Iniisip ko rin kasi kung ano merong kalaban eh. And what the side means, like being on red and whatnot, having the first 2. I think I'll buy. Kasi kung ano yung nagawa ng kalaban means you allowed that to open up for them eh. So, tinitingnan ko yung draft ng Omega. Parang ang ganda ng draft ng Omega. Sobrang Omega.
Exactly.
Yep. Oo. Sobrang ganda ng draft ng Omega. And I think that's hand in hand with RSG's what they did. So, it's a buy for me.
Basta yung Franco pick, medyo challenging siya to pull off, especially na nerf siya. Yung ultimate talaga. So maybe, just maybe, adapt to a different one, a better one, stay straight to the counter maybe. Just play their own game.
Okay, BurgerKim, you picked this to be different. How cool. I don't know if you've seen the TikTok meme. I'm gonna have to sell this one. Maybe it's not like a better draft. I just think maybe, okay, Leo mentioned the Faramis, right? Maybe, I don't know, okay, I don't know about the RSG players, but I feel like baka hindi siya comfort pick ni Aqua. Could not be a comfort pick for Aqua, or maybe, you know how
the
some
Lunox
people
too,
like,
the Lunox.
diba? Parang they're not comfortable with the hero. They can play it, but it's a different thing to play it well. There are certain heroes who can like crazy plays with it, but there are heroes that you can use it. You're just not that good at it. So maybe not a better draft. Maybe for me, the statement is like RSG, better give like comfort picks to their players. I think that's just it. So that's why I sold it. Sell pala sa akin.
Okay.
Okay, interesting. So still we're split on this. Again, I think that just shows that week 1 isn't as clearly read. Hindi ganun kalinaw. And I think even chat is the same, right? There's some buys in there. There's some sells. And again, lumbas din yung concept of the comfort pick from CDSG. Let's go into statement 3. Sentence tuloy. Statement 3 here. It's all about Omega. And it's all about this new lineup. OMG is stronger with Miko and KLVJ. Do we like this lineup better? Mas gusto ba natin to? Mas malakas ba to for season 10? Buy or sell? Compared to Chuck nung Etomax, compared to Chuck nung Etomax. I'll just sell. I'll just sell.
Mm, sell ako dito I go
Yeah.
with the MSC lineup. MSC lineup dahil sa unang
Nothing against
nakitang
Miko
team ko.
Kiel. Nothing
No,
against
no,
Miko
no.
Kiel, ah.
Yeah, no pun intended, no offense, but we just seen week 1 on that RSG
Yeah.
Omega match. Nandun yung uhaw, nandun yung gutom, and I'm basing it from that. So,
I will cast Miko Kiel. I will cast Miko Kiel all week long. Ganun kaganda yung lineup. Pero kung palakasan lang, I don't think that's the case. Yeah.
yeah. Same thoughts.
I know there's no hold here in this particular statement, but I have to agree with you guys. Sell on with this one. I'm close friends with Persian, by the way, the manager of Smart Omega, and from time to time she'd be like talking to me about the players. And so kind of have like inside info about these players, like what they're doing, what they're struggling with, and I feel like I can say this on stream. I mean, most of the time you've already seen how they play, so. For Miko and Kel VJ, they're still working on their synergy, and you've kind of seen it already in week number 1. So I think parang it's still iba pa rin talaga yung Etomax Chaknu. Although I heard like a different story, but Etomax Chaknu MSC form is just it reigns supreme. So for Miko and Kel VJ, like what Dio said, I have nothing against these two. I actually would love to see more of them. I can cast them all day as well, pero ayun, I still have to go with the MSC lineup. Pero for Miko and Kel VJ, hopefully mas maraming games pa for you guys this season.
And I think alam na to ni Pacbet eh. Alam na to ni Pacbet. And I think it was just really a gamble. They really just, no, less a gamble, more a gambit. Parang sinabi na, sige, final boss na kayo mag-debut. Sige, kalabanin niyo yung blacklist. Oh, Miko Kel, go. But if they brought it out against another team, baka mas gumana. Here's my theory. Omega TNC. I think that kind of lineup will do well against TNC.
Okay,
That might
so
be
you're
a good
saying na
idea.
pwede sila gumawa ng
Oh, yeah.
variation for specific matches. Okay.
Yes. Lalo na ako kunyari kayang I don't know how balagbagin yung early game if that's what you're looking for. Miko Kiel, that's what you do. That's what you play.
Okay.
There you go. And chat on YouTube specifically as well. Sorry guys, I just checked in now.
Go ahead.
Lalo na si Vote. Vote, you see says hard sell, which guys, ito na, we agree,
Hard
right?
sell.
If you want to win a championship, if you want experience, if you want an Omega that can do almost anything, you play the MSC lineup, you play the Grand Finals lineup. But this Miko Kiel VJ, it's a diamond in the rough. There's something here. There's definitely something there. All right?
Definitely.
So I think we're all in agreement. I think there definitely is something here. Chat on YouTube, chat on Facebook. We agree. Kumu, how about you? Buy or sell? Let's go into the next statement. And for this one, we're talking about Brenny Sports. Is Brenny Sports in S10 greater than the Brenny Sports in Season 9? Ito yung S9 lineup. They have let go of a few dudes here. We're missing Lusty and we're missing Malik. And then they turned it all around. They picked up Ogwen. They picked up Kyle TZ. Here's the S10 lineup. And these two new dudes, Master Ogwen and Kyle TZ, are in the main 5. The first 5 at least. Do we agree? Buy or sell? They're better in Season 10 than in Season 9.
Yep, I'm calling it hashtag ang bagong lakas main 5 lineup. Dahil mas napagana nila to. At nakita ko yung new breeds nung S9 sa last match nila, yung non-bearing match nung regular season, dun lumabas yung mismo nilang kumaga play style throughout their teammates. So I can say na they're in a better form now with Pandora and Kyle TZ. Tuloy lang. So we can see more of them.
Wow. Autobuy.
Yeah.
Autobuy OSX.
Yep.
Oo. Dami
G.
mong in-add to cart, ha?
Oo nga.
Kumbaga parang straight payment para kay OSX for most of the statements here.
COD.
I also have to buy rin ako dito kasi I've been so frugal. So hindi naman. I do agree with the statement very much. Not that S9 lineup is weaker si Malik or nothing against those players. It's just that S10 I think with Kyle TZ and Master Owen in the lineup parang ibang klase nga Bren Esports. It's the Bren Esports that we wanted to see in Season 9. Yun lang nga medyo kinapos. Pero for Season 10, they are looking really good. And si Caltisi kasi, ano yung mga players that they're sobrang batak nila sa, not just in local tournaments. I've actually casted Caltisi representing the Philippines, and they actually won the championship there. So sobrang, he can play anything. From, back when the Assassins were just metang-meta talaga yung maling, ganun. He was able to make the plays. And even hanggang ngayon, di ba? Parang to be able to adjust from that type of playstyle, yung aggressive ganking na assassin to like something really, tank meta, fighter meta. Parang kayang-kaya niya. I think, I'm a huge fan of Caltisi, and I love that story wherein, sobrang nag-grind siya. And up until naabot na niya yung pangarap niya, which is MPL-PH. So I'm loving this new lineup, the new rookies that Bren Esports have selected.
You know what sold me the most on this new lineup or the S10 lineup? And I have also a reason prior. The way Kim just said it is the fact that this lineup is capable of the 1-3-1. The fact that they did Gold Lane, what was that? Gold Lane Phovius
Uranus?
on Jome.
Yeah,
Oh,
Phovius,
Gold Lane,
Phovius.
so, no, Gold Lane Uranus was S9. Pero si Jome pa din naman
Yeah,
yon.
S9.
But you're right.
Yeah.
The fact that they're able to do that opens up so many avenues. And yes, I think chat said it right via Facebook. Nung S9, or is that YouTube? Oh, it was YouTube. There you go. Sorry, YouTube. Nung S9, they were still in the rebuilding phase. And it's so hard to expect them to do amazing things. But now I think they're primed to do just that. So I'm gonna buy here. I'm gonna buy. Just like Rayash, I'll buy with tip. I think this S10 lineup is amazing. We can expect so many new things here. As well, gusto ko i-buy with tip si Coach Zico ng Burn X Flash ng MPL-PH.
You know.
Kaya pala, Coach. You guys are kicking
Hey,
ass
Coach.
over there, alright?
oh my
So
gosh.
with that being said,
Wait,
Brenton,
may I before like
You
we move
may.
on to the next one? Since he's
What's
already
happening?
here, Coach Zico, baka pwede naman, can I have you on my show? I don't know how to contact you. This is what I do to people when I'm on live stream. But can I get you on my show
okay.
later?
I
We'll talk about it.
think the way that you get Coach Zico is maghanda ka ng bonfire, tapos maghanap ka ng 3 kambing, tapos
Sacrifice?
dahon ng saging. No, I'm just kidding. No.
Sige.
Wait,
Message
to add,
him.
one more.
I'll tell him. Yeah.
Sige,
Ano
go,
i-add mo?
OSX.
Wait.
Go lang.
To add sa Bren Esports, I believe this lineup is much more focused dahil dati sinabi ni Coach Paolo Expert that they keep on shuffling from week 1 to week 8 on the past season that they had struggled with. Maybe now mas more focus sila.
I guess, yeah, no. It just means, yeah, they know more. They understand more what they mean now, what it means now. And by the
Yeah.
way, Bren Esports is celebrating their 5th anniversary this year. So
Happy anniversary.
happy birthday.
Happy birthday,
Happy
Joy
half
Boy.
a decade.
Yeah.
Happy half. Is it birthday? Is it Joy Boy's birthday?
Joy Boy is always happy. I just saw in every photo napakasaya ni Joy Boy. So happy birthday, Joy Boy.
Oh, that's true. I can't imagine Joy Boy not smiling. That's an
First
interesting
name, bro.
fact.
Joy.
Okay, cool. All right, sige. Let's move on to the next statement.
Let's
Thanks,
go.
OSX. Shoutouts to our viewers from all over the world. So we're live on YouTube, Facebook, and Kumu, and we have viewers from Indonesia. We have viewers from clearly Cambodia, and from
Nice.
wherever you are. Okay. Here's our next statement. We will see Echo proud in season 10. Papalaruin ba nila to? Si Outplayed, si Curtizy, si 3Mar, si JP, at si Zaida. Are we gonna see these 5 in season 10? By yourself. Kasi Echo Loud. By the way, guys, this is what Echo is doing. They named their 2 teams, or at least the 2 configurations of their 10-man team into Echo Loud and Echo Proud. So that was Echo Proud. Are we gonna see them play, do you think, in season 10?
Ako G, I go with bye. Because one thing na ginagawa din ng Echo previous seasons back is they want to change what's a good mix on their lineup. So maybe on the weeks to come, it's changes, it's not hindi na pwedeng hindi mangyari onto them for a better Echo. So maybe they can try something else since Smart did it, Smart Omegas did it, and also Onyx Philippines making this different variations in specific matches. So why not Echo Proud in season 10?
Okay, mind you, yung kay Onyx tsaka kay Omega, small changes lang yun. 1 or 2 players, max.
Mhm.
So, I don't
Well,
know. That's
their team of
Bye pa
highlights.
rin.
Try lang. I go with bye.
okay. All right. Sige. So, bye pa rin si OSX. He still believes we might see Curtizy and Trimar back. What's up to Marie Sandoval from Malaysia? Thanks for tuning in. Buy or sell, buy or sell. YouTube and Facebook and Kumu. Ako, sell ako. Let me just say, if Echo wants to succeed, they have to focus. I have to focus. So, Echo Loud, kung all in ka sa Echo Loud, Coach TikTok, Coach Treb, I think they might agree. You have to focus. You can't chase two goals. I don't know how the saying goes anymore. Basta, yun, sell ako, sell.
Okay.
Ako buy. I have to buy on this statement. I've watched the C-Ball qualifiers and maganda yung performance actually ng Echo Proud, although yun nga no, very unpredictable, and yun nga there was a lot of rookies or kumbaga mga amateur teams that really shine in C-Ball, so it's nice to see that. Pero for Echo Proud, that we will actually see them in S10, I feel like we can. Kasi I feel like Echo is that type of team rin na they might bring out something different mid-season. Pagdating sa mid-season, we can actually see them mix and match. Entire team, I agree. Hindi yung parang switch lang ng certain players. I think based on, the lineup, we might see it. And there's a reason why, Outplayed, di ba, nag-switch siya from Smart Omega to Echo. So I think they're cooking up something. They want to bring something new to the
Okay.
table. So ako, imposible na parang they won't let them play. Even just like one series, I feel like they'll let Echo
Okay.
Proud play. So I'm
This
confident
might-
with the buy here.
This might just be me being the boomer old man traditional coach. It's like, no, focus. That might just be me selling here. Pero tama, chat's correct. Like, buy. We might even see them as early as
Buy.
week 2 or week 3. So maybe. Kasi malakas din naman yung players dun eh, right? You have Zaida, you have Trimar, you have... I'll just name all of them, right?
Yeah.
Pero yun na yun. Okay, alright. Fair enough. It's a buy. People miss Trimar. Trimar's my boy! You're right, Trimar's my boy. So people want to see him. Okay, let's go into our final statement here, and this has been foretold earlier in the show. Does MPL-PH love Atlas too much? I think may bumulong sa akin, and it might have been Manjin, na specialty daw to ni Rapidot. Bago pa mabuff yata si Atlas. So, amateur days pa lang nila, nambabardagul na sila with that 5-man catch on the Fatal Links. So, buy or sell? Does MPL-PH love Atlas too much?
I go with buy. Because MPL-PH and OSX loves Atlas too much. I think I agree with that statement.
May karamay,
Pero,
may karamay ka lang eh. May karamay ka
May
lang.
Karamay.
dinagdag.
Pero to add, yes, it will work in a specific composition na di pa rin sa kalaban mo, pero not to overpick it so much because yun ang nagiging problema throughout the regular season. Kung mababasa ka, that's one of the weak spots that they can prey on you, especially sa mga upcoming matches. So, yung katulad na lang sa match ng RSG and Omega, that last pick ba ni RSG was Atlas? Yeah, it could have been a different pick, pero they need to be careful on how they're loving Atlas in the upcoming weeks. They need to switch something up para hindi sila ganun kaagad mababasa. Well, since Onyx Philippines is... Go.
As a stat, they played Atlas in 3 out of 6 games in their 2 matches. So that means 50% lumalabas si Atlas. That's just
Okay.
That's the stat there.
Okay. So maybe sino pa ba yung So Dare and B mo ang pwede mag-switch depending, pero
No,
wala if
Darren
it's
Riota lang. Darren Riota and Keke.
Darren Riota. Yeah, Darren Riota and Keke Dot yung switching. So if they keep on loving this hero, either way, mastery beats momentum, pero depende pa rin how will they blend this in. So kailangan nila mag-ingat on how to keep choosing Atlas.
Ako, Byron. I've seen Onyx Philippines, aka Monster Anarchy, even before they debuted here in MPL-PH. And I can say na totoo to. In MPL-PH, outside MPL-PH, even before, Atlas was buff. So I agree with it. They love it. I don't know if they're gonna bring something new to the table by next week. Pero so far, diba, they played a lot of Atlas games. They had a comeback game with the Atlas. So yun din yung favorite play of the week ko. So I would have to buy this one.
Yeah, I think we're all in agreement. Buy also, and I'm buy on a negative level. Buy kasi I think it's gonna become a bad habit at some point, and chat also agrees.
Yes.
Paano umaban? Paano kung nag-draft kayo
Yun
1,
nga.
2, 3 kasi inaabangan nyo yung Atlas dito? But again, Coach Jeff and Coach Bluffzy are amazing minds. They're geniuses. Specifically more, I think, Bluffzy kasi proven and tested na yan. Coach Jeff has been in the scene as well for a very long time. But they have to watch out. Kasi nagrereklamo ako backseat analyst ako nung Echo vs Onyx. Sabi ko, bakit kayo mag-aakay plus Atlas and then Clint? Sabi ni Manjin, hindi kasi nagre-ricochet yung passive nung Clint para pagka fatal links, babarilin. But there's an Akai, so why are you gonna try to split people up? Are you looking for the 5-man pin down
Setup?
plus the passive? Yeah, it's a little too high concept for me personally. But before it becomes a bad habit, you have to start watching out for it. Warning lang yun, I think for me. It's a useless warning from a spectator. Yun lang. So buy ako. I think a lot of people as well. Let's check out YouTube. They think they agree as well. So buy din doon. Okay. So that's it. Our 6 statements for the week. Abangan next week kung anong laman ng guest coin. Kung gusto nyo maglagay ng suggestions, lapag nyo na. But we're gonna wrap up this segment, and as well, we're gonna wrap up the show. It's been an awesome night with you guys. Week 1. Maraming salamat, OSX, BurgerKim, and everyone watching. Before we go, any final thoughts, shoutouts? OSX, mauna ka na. Go ahead.
Guys, salamat sa mga lahat na nanood. Again, recall every week after MPL, manood kayo. So para may konting recap kayo on what's gonna happen and possibly in week 1 or 2. So guys, keep on tuning in. Shoutout sa lahat na sa chat.
Meron ka bang gustong i-plug mga OSX videos?
Oh yeah, yung
Yung
mga
nilalabas
TikTok
na yung
ba?
mga ka-video dyan. Kung gusto nyo makasama o maging certified member ng mga ka-video, mag-subscribe na kayo sa YouTube, OSXPH, kung saan may mga vlogs doon na mga kahit ano lang, any random things. Siyempre, yung mga weekly TikTok natin nandito pa rin. So, kung gusto sumama sa sayaw, well, baka makahila kami in some of the upcoming weeks. Pero, yeah.
Yes!
Oh,
Yes!
yeah.
Actually, you can be a certified ka-video sa OSX videos and makisabay sa TikTok kasi nga live na tayo. So if you make it and you really want to, come on down to the MPL Arena at the Eyesight Building in Eastwood and then kalabitin nyo si OSX. Pwede yun!
Yeah. OSX, Majin, Chantal, kalabitin nyo lang. TikTok, alam nila yun.
Okay, cool. Alright, BurgerKim,
Let's
your
go.
turn. May gusto ka bang i-share?
Sa mukha ni Leo na, shoutout muna kay OSX. Sana naman makasama na ako sa kanyang TikTok videos. Dati ko
Sama na.
patuloy na i-request. So, ayun guys, if you wanna watch MPL-PH live, it's Eyesight Building in Eastwood. And all you have to do is, have antigen result. 2 days valid na siya. So, yung ticket, it's completely free. So, head down to Eastwood on the weekends and watch MPL. And speaking of MPL, I'm inviting you guys to watch MPL Malaysia. So I'm actually gonna be speaking to Hate or gonna be interviewing Hate because I'm gonna be flying to Malaysia on September. So reason, I don't want to jinx it yet, but I'm just gonna let you guys know. Just watch MPL Malaysia during September, the week of September. Teka lang, check ko lang yung dates. I'm gonna check my itinerary. So until September 11 because I'm gonna be in Malaysia. I'm also gonna be interviewing Hate face-to-face to. So abangan nyo na lang yan in patch notes on Tier 1 Studio. So there you go. And as for me, I'm also gonna plug in my gigs. I'm gonna have one this weekend. So Ayala Game Fest, Friday to Sunday, all-star show matches. You can see all your favorite Tier 1 talents as well as mga show matches. If you wanna play as well, you can head down to Glorieta, sign up. Actually, kahit sino dyan, you have a squad, go ahead, just sign up. You have like awesome prizes for you guys. So that's gonna be happening this weekend. So unfortunately, tatambay na lang ako sa MPL-PH after the event. Tapos ipa-plug ko pa yung isa. This has been if you're into the ladies scene, if you're into the female MLBB scene, I'm gonna be casting Unipin Ladies Championship for Southeast Asia. So, catch me in the English stream. So, abangan nyo ako doon. And if you've been following the ladies, maganda to to actually pick up some stuff and to actually follow like yung mga different players, what they have been through. And iba yung gameplay if you watch female MLBB. So, yun lang naman. Follow me on my socials as well. BurgerKim Cas. Yun.
BKC, Burger Kim casts.
Yeah.
Tama ba yun? Tama yun. Okay.
Tama,
So,
tama,
let me
tama.
just recap. Let me just BKC, Burger Kim cast. Let me just recap, all right? Do the math, fellas. Wala akong sinasabi na hindi na sinabi ni Burger Kim, okay? Manood kayo ng MPL Malaysia, Burger Kim. Yun na lang. Wala na ako sabihin pang iba. Hindi na ako magdadagdag doon. Alam nyo na yun. Okay? J. Lord Gonzalez. Anyways, thank you so much again, our lovely guests, OSX and Burger Kim. And yes, may nakapansin sa chat natin, they are Wave 2 members of the Madrigal Project, which is up and coming. Abangan nyo yun. Hopefully, by the end of the month, meron na tayong balita if registrations are opening up. MPL-PH happening every weekend for the next couple of months. But yes, TMP Wave 4 confirmed is happening by Shoutcasters for Shoutcasters. Ayos ba yun? TM, I'm working on that copyright. Pero yes, dun sa mga aspiring Shoutcasters, abangan nyo na yun, magbabalik ang libreng programa na gustong mag-train ng mga next generation of casters. Nandyan si Santi, si Burger Kim, si OSX, si Beef Mami, and everyone else. Sorry, hindi ko na mabanggit lahat kasi ang dami na nilang napakalupit, napakagaling. But yes, that aside, I'll try to upload 2 vlogs every week dahil mainit ang ating YouTube. Follow me everywhere on social media. Oh, galing. First try, turo ko na ako nasa, no? Yan, at LeoCastPH. And yun lang. Kalabitin nyo lang ako if you guys are at the Eyesight Building, if you're watching MPL on ground, on site. And with that being said, maraming salamat sa Kovenry for making all this happen. And again, to our lovely guests, OSX and Burger Kim. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube at Kovenry, and TikTok at Kovenry. Wakanda forever. And happy birthday, Kel1.
Happy birthday.
Yun na lang. Shoutouts rin nga para sa ating mga tropa sa Kumu. If you guys are new, follow us there too. And with that being said, kita-kits na lang this weekend, alright? Putting up the schedule. Bye-bye. Good night.